So I'm going to have to let people know that I'm not on StreamYard. So let me do this. Let's see here. There we go. All right, I'm going live one way or the other. I just got a new phone and I don't know how to run it, and it's not letting me use the microphone no matter what I do. So, yeah. All right, so I just want to redirect people over to the real live stream, which is not this. So I'm not going to be able to. Well, hey, say that. Okay, you guys found me. Okay, that's good. All right. All right. Can people let the ones on StreamYard know that I'm over here now? Because, yeah, I'm not able to get my microphone working on this new phone here. So I'm sure I'll get it figured out. Let's see if this works here. I usually go on, yeah, hey, good to see you guys. Yeah, I usually use YouTube, and I only use StreamYard when I have guests, so it's been a while, and yeah. So you guys can hear me, I am assuming. Yeah, they need to refresh and come on over here, because Kathy has no idea how to run this new phone. So anyway, I got a new phone. That's good. But where's Justin? Hey, say it out loud. Me hit a bell alley. I don't know if I said that right. Gray Styles, my moderator. Let's see. And yes, the big ugly Henson. Good to see you. Florida. A Life in the Sun. I'm not sure why my thing's doing that. What is going on? All right. Out of control. All right. So let's get this so it chills out. Okay, thank you. For the people who are over on StreamYard waiting. Yeah, good to see everybody making it over here. Hey, up yours, who cares? A very long time subscriber. Good to see you. Let's see. 1 second. Let me see if I can. All right, let me just chill this thing out a little bit. All right. Good to see you guys. I'm going to go over here into the chat so you guys can see. I left a message. Thank you, Grace. Yeah, I had to abort the live stream over there because I got a new phone a couple weeks ago maybe, and I haven't tried to hook it up yet. So anyway, I did a bunch of stuff. I was gone today, and then when I got home, I was kind of rushed because I had to cook my dogs their dinner and all that stuff. So anyway. Kind of didn't have a lot of time to get ready, so that's why I didn't want to put a notice up because I didn't know what time I was going to be home. I went out, ventured in the snow with my 4-wheel drive, and yes, other humans are out and about. Yeah, so where's Justin? We'd like to talk to Justin. Audio is good, thank you. Florida Life in the Sun. Let's see, Kim Ruff. Say it out loud. The Little Miss. Pam. Jody. Hello. Brandy Westfall. Good to see you. The Rebel Guy. I like Rebels. Let's see. Oops. Trying to say hi to everybody real quick. So yeah, I don't know if Justin was going to come on or not, but yeah, hopefully Justin has cooled down a little bit. I don't think he got very much notice because somebody told me that he just woke up. So I don't know if now he's not able to come on here. If he wants to talk, I guess I can come back tomorrow night. I can get this figured out. I told you guys I got a new phone, and So it's not allowing me to use the microphone, and I've went into the settings 100 times. I don't know what the problem is. Yeah, I know people are in the other rooms. Can anybody go to the other room and let them know that we're over here? Because I hate to do that to people. Usually I can just sign on to StreamYard and it's not a problem, but I don't know. I've worked about 20, 30 minutes on it, and I don't know. I'm gonna have to ask somebody for help. Anyway, says Bo, good to see you. Kathleen, Florida Life in the Sun, DMJ lady. Good, thank you. Thank you. Me hit a bell. Lady talks. All right, yes. Thank you for the thumbs up. Yeah, Justin was a little angry last night. But I told Justin at 12:30 last night, somebody live on Facebook. Okay. All right. Yeah, so anyway, so maybe we'll just start talking about other things. I don't know if Justin's going to come in or not. We're going to have to set the microphone up so he can come in maybe tomorrow night. I don't know if he's going to come in tonight or not. Yeah, he was very upset. You're right, Berwind. Nope, won't let me back to let them know. Oh, really? Oh, you know what I should probably do? And I don't know how to do it. I could probably end that stream and I'll force people to get up. But anyone, yes, I will read all of them if I can. Grace can maybe help me if I miss something. Not my monkeys. Yes. Oh, thank you. Thank you for letting them know. Yeah, angry. Justin was angry. You know, I'm going to say something about last night. 4 people said it. Okay. Okay. Hopefully all they have to do is get off the StreamYard and then they'll see them on a different one. So yeah, I'll have to work on this tonight when I get off of here and figure out why my new phone is not working here. So yeah, so let's talk about that last night. So I know some people, you know, I know that some people like that channel over there, and I don't care. You know, I mean, if you like it or not, I don't care. It's, I'm not saying not to go over there, nothing like that. Listen, somebody said I was rude to say something about ED. Well, what I think is rude is he was telling people in the chat to suck my D if they had questions he didn't like. Like, who does that to their chat? And some of those people were sent over from Toddy and Lady K, and maybe it was their first time over there, and they asked a question, and he said, "Suck my, blank." Like, okay, and I'm the rude one. I tell you, not once have I ever said that on a chat or anywhere in my life. But anyway, of course, probably wouldn't apply. But yeah, I thought he was going to cause himself a stroke. Yeah, you shouldn't get that upset. Pancreatic cancer caused me to realize how short really is. Oh, well, Ken, my heart goes out to you, and anyway, I wish you the best. My grandma had that. ADED, yeah. Yeah, he's a bit gruff. Yeah, first time I saw it was last night. Foul language bothered me. Yeah, I don't. Yeah. And like I said, I told people that I don't watch the channel, and I told the reasons why. There was 2 reasons why. First of all, I can't take them air horns in my ear. Okay, like I said, I got my first headache in like a decade. I never get headaches, but I listened to one of his streams one time, and them air horns with my headphones on, gave me a blasting headache. I had to find out where my Advil was. Anyway, and then the second reason I said, and how is that being rude? I just don't like the air horns in my ear. This is not worth it to me. But and second of all, I said I don't like how and I showed out of his own mouth him saying that the Whitakers screwed over Patrick. Like, Whitakers screwed over Patrick. You cook for your pups too? Yeah, I have to cook my dog's dinner every night. So I don't have to, but they've trained me to do that, and I'm stuck. Yep. And it's really healthy for them. They have chicken and sweet potatoes and kibble and some chicken broth. And anyway, keeps them healthy and happy. Thank you, Tenacity, for the truth. But yeah, so I told you the other reason is because, yeah, he's saying the Whitakers screwed over Patrick. And the way I see it is that he helped the Whitakers go down. I mean, and he's still helping them go down because I know about civil attorneys, and it would cost about $5,000 to retain one for this case, and the family probably could have been backed by that. You know, I mean, they could have been backed by now, in my opinion, with an attorney. And then I heard, but anyway, so yeah, he went along with Eric's narrative that, you know, everybody was in danger, and they needed to be emergency removed from the home and all this stuff. So, and Patrick went along with it. He even made videos helping Eric get the family taken away. You know, so to me, it's like Patrick led the Whitakers into the forest and to Eric. Eric gets mad, guns them all down to the ground, and as they're bleeding out, Eric leaves with their money. Patrick is standing there saying, "No, I'm not going to help you. I'm not going to help you. I'll help you later." No, you got to help them right now. It's an emergency. Help this family. You can't, because the longer you wait, the harder it's going to be to get that family back. You know, it's just like it's like anything. If it goes down to the unclaimed property, you know what I mean? It's just like anything, whether it's luggage or a dog in the dog pound or your family in taken away. If you don't come to get them, well, they're just going to find somewhere else permanent to put them. So, Patrick played his part willing or else. No, he was willing. I mean, he went out of his way to, and those interviews that he put with, and I've gone over them, these interviews that he had, he put up a camera and you could tell it's hidden. And then he and you can see how confused the Whitakers are. He went with Larry Whitaker, and he had a hidden camera trying to convince Larry that BJ's hitting everybody, and Larry's confused, saying, "Well, I don't know if that was happening. I'd tell him not to." And then he's got a camera set up with Betty, saying, "Hey, Betty," trying to interpret what Timmy's saying to Betty, like, "Yeah, Timmy's saying he's afraid to go down there because of BJ," and Betty's like, "Huh? What are you talking about?" "Yeah, that's what Timmy's saying." Like, why would Patrick trying to interpret Timmy for Betty? She's raised him from birth. Anyway, just like to think that he doesn't have a huge part in this. Wow. Yeah. And listen, for Patrick has nerve to try to tell the Whitakers how to manage their money, and look at him. He's had, let's see, so he had a payday in June, a little bit in June, then he had a huge one in July, a huge one in August, a huge one in September, probably a huge one in October. All these paydays were 10, 20,000, whatever. And he still hasn't worked on his house. He has got no money to show for it. And I don't even know about his truck payments, because, you know, when Justin went on that live stream last night, that was very telling, because Justin got up there and said, "Hey, USOB, what about, how come I know about your truck payments or something?" Now, I'm going to say right now, I might have been wrong about that. Maybe Patrick did. Maybe Patrick did say something about his truck payments to Justin, because once he got up there and started talking about the truck payments, Patrick's reaction was very telling. And I think, here's what I think happened. And if Patrick's all that money's gone through his hands and he still doesn't catch up, his first thing anybody would have done in their right mind would have caught up on their truck payments and maybe even paid the thing off. You know what I mean? But if he's still 3 truck payments behind months later, because his reaction seemed like he was. But here's what I think. Here's what I think happened. I think Patrick maybe was behind on his truck payments, and Justin is telling everybody that he's loaded with money. And so I could see Patrick saying, "Hey, man, I'm a little behind on my truck payments, are $800 a piece. Maybe if you could get me like $2,500 and I'll pay you back." Thinking that Justin has money, I could see Patrick maybe asking him for money, and then of course Justin probably said no. That's what I think happened. But so I might have been wrong about that. Maybe he did tell him about the truck payments, but yeah, his reaction was very telling. And I'm going to tell you, because when somebody says they have money, to me that says no, they don't. Because I have friends that are extremely wealthy. Okay. And I have other friends who are dirt poor. I'm kind of in the middle. So to my poor friends, I seem rich. And to my rich friends, I seem poor. But I'm going to tell you, my rich friends, my very, very wealthy, like filthy wealthy friends, they all pretend that they don't have no money. Okay. They all do. They all act like they don't have money. And my poor friends, they all act like they do have money. So I've learned with my friends, the ones that have money pretend they don't, and the ones that don't have money pretend they do. So when somebody flaunts and says they have a bunch of money, that reminds me of my friends who are broke and always pretend they have money. So anyway, so yeah, this usually people with money don't say they have money. You know why? Because people want to get it from them. I think. I don't know. Anyway. Read some of your comments, but yeah. So when Justin said he's got money, and I didn't hear that from him, I heard it from other people that he was telling people that he's very wealthy, he's dying, and he's looking to who to leave his money to. Well, thank you. Say it out loud. Thank you for that super chat. I will not blow air horns in everybody's ear for it, but I do want to say thank you very much. Very kind. Thank you. I really appreciate that. But yeah, when somebody says they have money, you guys, they probably don't. Okay. So my friends that have no money are wearing very expensive shoes and clothes and riding very expensive vehicles. But my friends with money are very practical with it, which is probably why they have a bunch of money, because they're careful with it. Anyway, yeah, let's see. So I'm going to go over some of your guys' comments. Yep. But yeah, I was very disappointed because that dude had some golden opportunities to he had 2 people up there that we really, really want to talk to. We want to talk to Patrick. We got a lot of questions, and we want to talk to Justin. Well, I want to talk to Justin, and not because I want to be friends with him. I want to talk to him because right here I've got 20 questions right here. 20 questions for Justin. Okay. So I just want him on here so I can ask him some questions, and we're not gonna have a brawl over anything. I just want to ask him some honest questions. So yeah, anyway, but I really think he dropped the ball there because he was so worried about keeping Patrick happy that he kind of maybe took his eye off the prize, which is getting us some answers, and then to attack people in the chat. So yeah, I'm not trying to tell people how to run their channel. Like, I don't know, some people said you shouldn't tell people how to run their channel. I'm not. I just said I gave you 2 really good reasons why I don't go to that channel. But if anybody, if you go there, and of course I know people that are here also go there and like his stuff. So I'm just saying it's not for me. It's just like raw onions. Okay. You might like them, but not for me. I thought he was going to cause himself just, what is funny? Boy, when it was kind of a snooze fest when Patrick was up there, because it was just, we weren't getting anywhere. And then Justin showed up. I'm like, oh yeah. And then I saw the people with the popcorn and the everybody was grabbing snacks. And it, you know, because hey, we want to hear, because I mean, not only do you have Patrick, and not only do you have Justin, who we both have a lot of questions for, but we have questions for, since they're both in the same room. Let's straighten this out. Justin, you know, did this happen? And Patrick, what's your side? Because you had a perfect opportunity to get both sides of the story. And you could have just muted one until he chilled out a little bit and talked to one, and then unmute him and talk to the other one. Anyway, his name is AD. The ED caption was funny. Yeah, I don't think a lot of, maybe some people got it. You know. Yeah, just that is what it is. No, he didn't ask no good questions. And no, and Justin did not have a chance. But I'm going to tell you, it did. You dropped a link. Thank you, Grace. Grace is awesome. Yeah. I tried to go on StreamYard, and my new phone will not hook up the microphone no matter what I do. So I could have came on and not said anything on that other channel, or come on here and say something. So anyway, I'll figure it out tonight when I get off of here. I spent about 20-25 minutes on it and I gave up. I'm used to that because that's how kids talk. Yeah, it is how kids talk. But yeah, telling people to suck is, you know, wee, that was weird. And yeah, Patrick looks like he's been eating pretty good, but for him to tell the Whitakers they're not going to manage their money, look at you, dude. I mean, look at you. Well, hey, not my monkey. I like that name. Thank you. I really appreciate that. I really appreciate that. Thank you. I'm sorry, couldn't help myself. Sometimes I hold a lot back, believe me. Sometimes stuff gets slipped out. Yeah. Yep. And he has never taken a cent from there. Patrick was bothered by him coming up. Yeah, and that sells a lot. Listen, if you got nothing to hide, bring him up. Oh, heck yeah, bring him up. And the sad thing is that dude dropped Justin down, and he says for Patrick's sake, and Patrick says, no, I was all down with it. Yeah, he was. But anyway, it was very telling, Patrick's reaction. So there is something there. There is something going on there between the two. I don't know what it is, but yeah, anyway. But to attack people in the chat for asking the good, honest questions we all want, like, how come he didn't tell anybody? Like, I want to know about the copper. Okay, what about the copper? Who's been chasing? Who was it that was chasing? Who was chasing Eric from Airbnb to Airbnb, and who turned who in for the copper? And a great question would have been to Patrick is, hey Patrick, what about that fake eviction notice that you guys did? Huh? And then, oh my gosh, how disappointing. People, when people interview somebody, let them talk. I've seen it so many times where somebody says, okay, so like last night, here's what we saw. Hey Patrick, people want to know how come you went along with Eric's false claims about the abuse. He's like, well, and then he interrupts him. Yeah, because people always want to know stuff, and they just want to know stuff, and then drew Patrick off, and we didn't get the answer. You know what I mean? So when you ask a question, stand back and let them burn themselves out. Let them just say what they want. But I hate when somebody asks a really important question, and as soon as they start answering, the host will interrupt them. Like, dude, shut up. Let him talk. Because he might not be on again, you know what I mean? And isn't it funny that oh my gosh, so I guess here's what I say. I would not go anywhere near somebody who's not afraid to go to prison, because they said, well, aren't you afraid to go to prison? And Pat's like, no, I don't care. I'll go to prison. I don't care. Like, okay. I don't want to be around anybody who doesn't care if they go to prison or not. Like, wow. You don't care about going to prison? Now, I'll go. Like, okay. What about your dog? Anyway, just like off the rails. Let's see. I'm trying to figure out where I left off here. Yeah, he's big. I don't mind gruff, but to rip on people, is weird. Yeah, he didn't ask no good questions. Yeah, I should have shut that other Streamline one off, but it's on this phone and I can't do it now. So hopefully they figure it out. Okay, and you guys, like if don't give a shit. So the reason I want to talk to Justin now, somebody said, well, he hasn't taken any money yet. Right. And this is why we want to talk to Justin, because, and don't get mad at Toddy for bringing him out. Somebody had to roll this guy out. If he's behind the scenes, it's like a water leak behind the wall. Let it come out, okay? Because so we can deal with it. It's got to come out somewhere. If he didn't come out on her show, he would have came out somewhere else. But the point is that we want to talk to him and vet him before he opens up a fundraiser, not after, okay? We want to talk to him because no, he hasn't taken any money yet. But he said down the road he's planning on taking money. Anyway, so it's good to get him out in the open and ask him these questions. Because listen, if I was going to open up a fundraiser, then yeah, you should vet me. You should find out what my motives are. You know, is she behind on her house payments? Is she behind? You know what I mean? Why does Kathy want to do the fundraiser? Has she got any motives? You know what I mean? So anybody who's going to open up a fundraiser, especially for the Whitakers, yeah, we need to vet that person. You know what I mean? So anyway, I'd like to talk to him before he tries to do any fundraisers. Well, should I say another fundraiser? Is that yeah? So anyway, there's a lot of red flags. So let's check out the guy now before he does the GoFundMe. You know what I mean? Anyway, so don't be mad at Toddy for bringing him out. I'm glad she brought him out because somebody had to. That's why I said on that first video about him. Toddy just took one for the team, okay? She just took the hits for us because somebody's got to roll this guy out, you know what I mean? Yeah. ED has homeboy syndrome. Yeah, he's got something. You'll never watch that prick again. Like college basketball game, going back and forth. Yeah. You know, when I worked in a doctor's office, I won tickets for my work was giving away tickets for a basketball game. I went to a basketball game. I won the tickets, and I was very surprised how tiny that court was. It was like being in a high school gymnasium. It was just weird. But yes, back and forth. And that's all they did was go back and forth in that basketball game. Yeah, last night was a bust. I don't think AD took advantage of the opportunity to get some answers and take that air horn and show. Yeah, it hurts me too. And especially if you're wearing headphones and that air horn comes on, that is not cool. It's like somebody coming behind you and blasting that thing over and over. Like how many times can you do that? You know, Patrick is gross. It is funny. He said, maybe I'll open up a OnlyFans and show my feet. And then the host said, oh yeah, you could show I think he said your DIC, whatever. And Patrick said, oh no, that's the size of a Tic Tac. Which is funny. Yeah, I'm not even gonna get into it. My daughter does too. Yeah, her dog food in the crock pot smells good enough. Yeah, it is. Yeah, I could eat my dog food. It's chicken and usually sweet potatoes, sometimes green beans. Once in a while they get beef, but I buy large amounts of chicken for them and freeze it. Yeah. Yeah, right now. I'm just surprised that there's really any money left. Well, listen, if anybody thinks Patrick's sitting on any money, I don't think so at all. Because here's the problem, is that he's had multiple checks of probably over 10,000 each. Maybe 20,000, who even knows? But and always broke. So listen, if you're raised poor and you're in your 40s and you still never had a large amount of money, and somebody hands you some, this happens to lottery winners all the time. If you don't know how to manage money, it doesn't matter if you're handed $500 or 500,000, it's going to be gone in a month or two. You know what I mean? And I just don't think Patrick can manage money, because otherwise his walls would have been put up when Eric gave him that $4,000. He had no business giving to him. Broken leg or not, you could had a carpenter come over, pay your buddies or whatever, put up that stuff. But listen, the first time we met Patrick, we saw his priorities. His house looked like something out of a hurricane disaster film, and then yet he had a brand new truck in the driveway. I mean, so right there shows you the priorities are way off. So, and I'm going to tell you where the anger, in my opinion, I'll tell you where I think his anger is coming from. And this would make sense too. I think Patrick is so angry because Whitakers was his lottery ticket. And he kept taking and taking and taking and taking, and he never gave back. All right. And so for anybody to say Whitakers screwed him over by leaving in September when their family was gone. And remember, Patrick said he was asked, when was the last time you talked to the Whitakers? He said September. So Patrick has not talked to the Whitakers since September. So how does he know Timmy's going crazy in where he's at right now? He said, oh, Timmy's getting all violent where he is. Maybe he knows somebody that works there. I don't know. I don't think those people would be allowed to tell Patrick anything, even if it was their friends, you know? Oh, really, rebel guy? Hold on a second. Okay. But so I think Patrick, my guess is that he spent the money as fast as it came in. We know that he has some habits of his own. Let's just put it that way. And it's so funny because he was asked straight out, does Eric drink alcohol? Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what he does. Like, yes, you do, because you cannot be around somebody that drinks alcohol without smelling their booze breath and without noticing they're drinking out of 3 different cups. So he covered it. He's still covering up for Eric. And then they said, do you think Eric uses drugs? He's like, I don't know what he does. Like, okay. You see, and here's my theory. I think that he doesn't want to tell on Eric because Eric will tell on him. You know what I'm saying? So if he says, oh, yeah, Eric's doing this and Eric that, then Eric's going to come out on his next video and say, oh, yeah, well, Patrick's doing this. You know what I mean? So Rebel Guy says Ernie's past sins are coming to light too. Really? Do tell. I haven't heard about that. I was gone today. I finally had to get out. I had to go to town. I had to 4-wheel it into town. So I was gone today, so I really haven't been on YouTube. If Patrick doesn't do drugs, what does he do with their money? Yeah, could be, Hellraiser. He does have a, like I said, there's some paperwork attached to that thought there. Yeah, it's despicable. Very arrogant. Scam Trick was acting horrible. Yeah, he was. And you see Patrick came on with a big attitude, but yeah, he's very angry. He's very angry that the Whitakers won't, it's like the chicken that stopped laying the golden eggs. Well, now he wants to, beat on the chicken because it's not handing over money. They're not allowed to tell, but they do. Small towns talk. It starts out like, don't tell anybody, but I can see that. I live in a small town and everybody knows everybody's business. That's why you got to keep to yourself. Yeah. Oh, yeah. You're right, Rebel Guy. As a matter of fact, they said, well, would you still do Whitaker videos? And he said, he didn't say no. Heck yeah. Yep. Yeah. And then he said he was very disappointed this month. He's only going to get 1,200 from Facebook. And I'm going to tell you, if you're used to having 10,000, pissing away $10,000 a month or more, and then all of a sudden you got 1,200, yeah, he's going to be angry, because up till now he probably didn't feel the pinch, but now he's starting to feel the pinch from not all that money not coming in. You know what I mean? I'm going to try to figure out where I left off here. I don't want to miss you guys' comments. Hey, Too Much Mom. Happy Sunday to you too. Okay, just where I left off. Was it an interview? Grace said. Seemed like tools comparing sizes, kinda. I think Kim and Patrick are very much alike, and I think he wanted a friend more than find out anything interesting. Yeah, me too. Me too. I don't have much money, but I don't owe anybody anything. Everything I have is paid for. And and that's another thing. If anybody thought I was trying to say something about Justin's one-bedroom house, that's not what I'm doing. I was pointing out the lie, not his house. I was pointing out the lie. And it is a one-bedroom house, you guys. There's one thing that real estate sites never get wrong, and it's the square footage of your house. Okay, they might get other things wrong, but not the square footage. And that square footage has been the same in that house. Anyway, I'm just saying, I don't care. I encourage everybody, including my friends, to live below your means. Quit living in houses that you can't afford and driving cars you can't afford. I want people to downsize. I did. This house is half the size of my last one. I think everybody should be very conscious of, where your money's going. So I'm all for people living in small homes and not living in big homes unless you can really, really afford it. Some of my friends have huge homes, but they can afford it. You know what I mean? But I have other friends who are living in large homes, and all I hear about is their money problems. Anyway, so yeah, what's this about Ernie? Let's see. Okay, here's where I left off. When I get to your guys's. But there's something that's, because if somebody listen, if I went through, or anybody goes through $10,000-$15,000 a month and has nothing to show for it, well, then how are you better than BJ? Oh, she went through all that money, got nothing to show for it. Well, so did you. What do you have to show for all yours? A bunch of used windows? I think those are used. I'm not sure. But anyway, nonetheless. And I'm all for used windows. But I'm saying, I don't know how much you spend on them windows, but still. It looks like he maybe got some countertops. Who knows? Yeah. So, but who's he to say how to manage your money when he just went through tons of money? And to still have money problems when you just got more money you probably haven't seen for the last 10 years. This summer, you know what I mean? All summer. Just, yeah. Once the state gets involved in everything, it's an uphill battle. Exactly. That's why I said you should. It would have been $5,000 to get an attorney, period. To retain an attorney for that case probably would have been $5,000. Patrick could have handed him that, but yet he stood over them and watching them bleed out for the last 2 months, saying, "I'll help you when I want, when I feel like it." Well, no, help him now, because it's going to be too late pretty soon. Gracious. But now they're involved. And then Toddy had a video. Was it her? Yeah, she had a video saying that friend that's been with Betty and brought her to South Carolina or something, that friend is connected to Eric. And then you heard Sonny, and I don't know why nobody's going by their real names, but Sonny, Megan or whatever, I can't remember her real name is, but anyway, she is on recording telling Betty, no, they're not coming back. Betty's like, well, we got to get the family back. No, Betty, you don't understand. You're not getting the family back. They're never coming home. Like, who the hell is she? And she said the lawyer said, whose lawyer said that? Eric's? I'm glad. Listen, you know what I'm really glad about right now? I'm really glad that the mainstream media is getting a hold of it, because guess what? The more eyes, the better. Because I think that state or the Raleigh County adult protection needs to be looked into. And the only one that could do that properly would be the FBI. You know what I mean? Because a federal agent needs to look into it, not the state police and themselves. You need to get the feds involved and check out that adult protection, because why are they taking lunch and gas money from Eric Carroll? And why are they jumping at? He calls up, and his exact words were, could you come down? Hey, yeah, adult protection, like they're on a first name basis. Yeah, could you come down here? We're having a fight right now. And I want you to come down and tell them that everything's bullshit. And they're like, okay, we'll be on our way. Yeah, I'll give you gas and lunch money or whatever. Oh, okay. Like, what the hell is going on? I've never seen an agency ever. Can't even get a pizza to come to your house that fast. Like, what is going on here? Lady K had a good perspective on Patrick's situation tonight. Yeah, well, Patrick is he's mad because the chickens aren't laying the golden eggs. So I think he wants the chickens to just go die somewhere. Just lost my spot again. All right. My rich friend pretends he don't have money and looks. Yeah, exactly, right? I have very wealthy friends, and every one of them totally downplays their money. You know what I mean? And then I have really poor friends, and they try to pretend they're rich. So anybody that says that they got a bunch of money, like I said, people with money don't need poor people coming and trying to get money out of them. So they just, anyway, there's a lot of reasons, I suppose. Patrick is mighty broke and cold for a guy holding so many thoughts. He's not, yeah, I agree, but he's not, sorry, my dogs. I was like cattle at the trough. Yeah, grifters have no problem putting their hands up. Yeah. Justin came off as a psycho. Yeah. Yeah, I'd like to talk to him. I can tell you all with certainty Patrick has no money. He was counting on more views, but people are not watching the old content. No, they aren't. Why would anybody? Yep. No, I think he spent that money as fast as it came in. And like I said, okay, money manager, what do you have to show for all your money? Whitakers didn't get any money all summer, but you did. So since you're the money micromanager for the community, let's see what you spent your money on. Yeah, Patrick got put on the spot, and it was a perfect opportunity. You had them both. It's like one friend is telling you one thing, their side of the story. Your other friend's telling you the other side, their side of the story. But you get them together, and then you get the truth. You know what I mean? Yeah. Patrick did react very guilty. Yes, he did. Patrick said Justin offered to pay a truck payment. Now, I think it was the other way around. I think Patrick asked Justin for money because Justin came out saying that he had a fortune that he needs to get rid of. And so Patrick says, hey, I'll take some. And then Justin's like, no. And maybe that was a sore spot. I mean, yeah. He admitted he's still getting paid now. Yeah, but you know what? He's getting $1,200 this month from Facebook. That's it. And for a guy who's used to having 10 grand at least a month or whatever it was, what did he say? It was 14,000? I don't know, last month or something. I don't know. Yeah. Yep. Yeah. But yeah, I think he's spending as fast as he can. So for him to sit back and say, well, I'm not going to pay them because they're just going to waste it. Like, okay, Patrick. Yeah. Yeah. Here I am stuck in the middle. Yeah, right. With my rich friends and my poor friends. 1 minute Justin said he loved Patrick, and last night he was calling him a mother duck. I know, right? Oh, thank you. I hope I thanked you for that. 499 said out loud. I'm related to a CEO of Tropicana, and they don't say anything about their money. I know, ever, right? You're right. Wealthy people will never tell you they're wealthy. They will wear. My friend, who's probably multi-millionaire, the one that gave me this Amish kitchen set here, she actually, she gets her clothes at Savers, and she drives a very plain tan minivan that, But you know what, though? You can still look at her. She can put anything she wants on. You can still tell she's loaded. You know what I mean? But no, as a matter of fact, she lives in a gated community, and she will not even put that gated community address on her check because she would give me personal checks when I did things for her. Justin's coming on? Oh, yes. Per tone. Okay. I don't have no way. Okay. Well, maybe he can. Okay. I have no way to bring him up here. I don't think, because I'm on YouTube, not StreamYard. But if Justin can, let me get down to the. Sorry, guys. I'm going to have to skip ahead. He's going to come on. Okay. I have no way to bring him up because I'm not on StreamYard. I think you're being a bit down on Patrick. That's not deserved. Eric is the one who been to hold accountable. Well, no, Patrick is too. Patrick has he's definitely guilty of helping Eric take the family away. And he's also definitely guilty of not handing them. Oh, hey, there's Justin Morris. Okay. Okay, Justin. I could bring you. I have no way to bring you up here, but Justin, I could ask you questions if you could answer them. Yeah, I have no way to bring you up here because I'm not on StreamYard. But Justin, can you answer some? And the stream and start a new one? I could. I gotta figure out how to put StreamYard on here. I could maybe try my old phone. Maybe I could go back to my old phone. End the stream. Okay, let me end the stream, and unless he wants to answer questions from the chat. No on comment. We can do this tomorrow. You don't want to come up now, Justin? Okay. Yeah, I just had a few questions for you. But if he's not going to come up, then there's no reason to get off of here. Okay, Justin, will you come on tomorrow to answer some questions? Because we just want to straighten this out, okay? Because I know you didn't really get a fair shake over with Patrick yesterday. Oh, not on the oh, you want to come up? Okay, I get it. He's overwhelmed. All right. He said he'll come up, doesn't want to. Okay. He can call you and put him on speaker. You can do it live now? Okay. All right, let me get off of here, and I will try to fire it back up with StreamYard. I just have to figure out how to get the microphone to work. We'll wait. Okay, I'll start it down. Okay, and then Justin, we'll try to get you up here, okay? All right, I'm going to shut this down, and I will be back up. Email the link, please. Yeah. Okay, Justin, I don't know if I have your email. I don't know if you want to put it up here. I could get it from Toddy. Okay. If not, I'll give you my phone number. Okay. Let me get off of here, and I'll try to get back on. Okay. I'll try to come back on StreamYard up with the microphone. All right. Right. Okay. Oh, you'll send it to me? Okay. All right. It might be a little bit, guys. Might be half an hour or so. I don't even know. But let me Okay. All right. I'm going to shut this down and I'll try to come back on StreamYard. I just got to figure this out. All right. So, all right. Oops. Oh, I just figured out what that did. Okay. All right. You're making soup? Okay. That sounds good on a cold day like this. All right. I will try to do this and I will stop streaming and I'll be back. Yep. Everybody take a break, get your snacks, and I'll be back.